Guys, girls, and possibly in-betweens. What are we looking at today? Well, I didn't hear from Matt, but then again I didn't try really hard. Just kidding, Matt. Actually I got this idea from Stephen Bush, because Stephen Bush recently, on, I guess, watching this shit show, picked up a bottle of Ardbeg, and then he sent me a picture this morning of the of flask number 79, and that was the one from Brook Laddie, which let me double check, but I'm pretty sure I gave it a 9. Yeah, I gave it a 9. The Port Charlotte 10. He found it at a liquor store by him for $55. So then he's like, you should do a review, and I go, against what? And he's like, well, I guess all of them that are direct competitors. And I'm just like, okay. So direct in their price point, the Paul John was just kind of, in case shit was going bad, I was just gonna have something I already know I really enjoy. But in kind of in a direct price point, if you shop around and you find good deals, would be the Port Charlotte 10, the Ardbeg 10, and the Lafroig 10 cask strength. And I did that because NIHAP informed me that I could actually get it delivered here for less than what it would cost me to pick up the Ardbeg. So I think the Lafroig is one of the best values of Scotch that I've had so far. So that, and you may have the opportunity, if you really truly dislike me, in other words, you're a libtard. I was wearing the Trump. I was wearing the Trump hat today, and a couple of what looked like millennials were, as I was coming out, me and Christine were coming out of Superior Meats, they were coming in, and they started making some comments, and one of the guys goes, I guess he just likes wearing shit on his head. So once they went into the store, I took out my knife, and I carved Trump 2020 in the hood of his brand new Silverado. Why? Because my insurance is better than yours, fucker. So yeah, finally meet. That's the second time I've met the an uninformed voter. I was also thanks to Harmarsh. There was an incident where a Muslim woman was being harassed by some Aryan bikers somewhere in southern Minnesota, and some woman actually left the comment, what do you expect? Our country is going to hell ever since they elected that racist president. I'm like, am I fucking missing something? Please, somebody give me a fucking shred of proof of Donald Trump being racist. Let me clue you in for a second. And I know, Scotsman. Let me clue you in for a moment. How much money does Trump give to black organizations versus Obama? I think Obama, the answer is 0. How many people of color does Trump have working on in his White House? Shit. Actually, this was what did I come up with? Something like 18 or 23. Obama wasn't even mentioned in that link. Trump. I guess the bottom line is, you guys that are listening to me actually say this, know that anything that is brought up like that is fucking bullshit, because one of the least racist, the most fucking racist president we have ever had was Obama. He was the catalyst of dividing this country. And then it's just like, what's going on in our country? Well, right now, that would be because of the Democratic Party, sweetie. Actually, I left the comment. I went, wow, brains much? Laugh out loud. You might want to edumacate yourself. Okay, sorry. So, a little taste comparison with the Brookletti, $55 bottle of Brookletti. The Ardbeg, which you can shop it out and find something in that price point. I would have used all clear, because I guess that would have been, you know, more better, as Mario would say. But I had to resort to my grandma's glass collection that I got. I guess we'll just wait on this for right now. All right, I know the Ardbeg is going to be the lightest, almost like a light pear juice or a wine cooler. Actually, the Laphroaig. Can you guys actually hear that going on upstairs? Put this. She's in the middle of doing her thing, so there'll be no gunfire down here or cowbells or whatever you guys may conjure up. But honestly, the Port Charlotte and the Laphroaig Cask Strength have the most similar smell. Now the Ardbeg just has more of a peatiness, almost a fuel oil smell to it. And smell money, before you give me any shit about the fuel oil smell, how many people have ever been pumping gas and went, oh man, that smells really good? I mean, maybe you haven't desired to pump it out into a glass and have some of it. So, starts off with that nice sweet, but like right now, I'm getting a subtle warming. Again, I don't think I wrote it down. The Port Charlotte was 50%, or 50%. So it'd be 100 proof. So it has a little bit more of a warming to it. Then again, I don't know what it is. Always about this time of the year, those freaking little fruit flies. This would be you know, in the same neck of the woods. Being that it's 58.6 proof, or 50%, 117.2 proof. Sweet on the tongue. A little preemptive strike on kind of an oaky, peaty like flavor, and then definitely more smoke, like the campfire smoke versus just kind of a barbecue pit, like you opened up the grill and you got the wood pellet stove going kind of a smoke. Okay. See, I was just watching Stephen Bush's thing, and he had the exact same thing happen. He notified me that he was notified of my comment, could read my comment in the email that YouTube sent him, but when he went over to the video, it was gone. So I left a few more tasteful things about YouTube, so we'll see how many of those get deleted. On the Marvel roast from Fonders, there was four left on that one by my man Jordan Johnson. He said, I can't relate to Sam's vehicle issues. I've been driving a Jeep Grand Cherokee around for 6 years and have never had to put more than general maintenance into it. Great vehicles. Well, well, Jordan, let me make it so you don't like think that Sam is some kind of a hater. Sam has had a Jeep for a long time. She'll go on and on about saying shit like living the Jeep life. There's certain Jeeps that we don't talk to those people. You know, the secret Jeep hand wave as you drive by. She's definitely a Jeep fanatic. She's been wanting to move on to. She's been looking at an Evo, a certain year model and horsepower level for a long time, and she figured the only way she could probably make that happen is to sell her Jeep. In the time that she's had, I mean, now keep in mind that this is 2010, and she bought it. I want to say it's a 2010, I believe. And I want to say it had like 40,000 miles on it, maybe even less than that when she bought it. And she's done pretty much nothing, but all of a sudden now she's having an issue with the selector. It's not moving. I mean, there's two different arms that move, and I said, the only thing that I thought of is, I had a vehicle that ended up with some debris down in there, and it was actually trapping the little door that moves to select the air going in each direction. And she had pulled that all apart, and she could actually push on the door. And as soon as she let go of the door, it would immediately return to the one position. And there's two of them, one on each side of the dash. And she's like tracked all the hoses down and checked all the check valves. And yeah, she's just like, I was just frustrated because I don't think her Jeep has ever left her high and dry, except for one time she had a flat tire, and when you're running like 38s, there's no going anywhere when you lose one. For starters, the vehicle goes from like this to like that. And I have three possible answers for you, Jordan. I can say thanks for sharing, right on, well said. I'm just going to go with thanks for sharing, so I hope you don't think that's sarcastic. Then he said, 8 minutes, 22 seconds, go ahead, make my day. I'm assuming that there was some pictures, and I said, where did you get those? Oh, yeah, that's when I aimed the 686 at the, I practically knocked the camera off with the beautiful red bullets. Then he says, golf is a great game. By the way, it takes practice to be any good, though. It can also be enjoyed by getting drunk and hacking it around the course. That's usually what I do, Jordan. It's like anything. It's like shooting. I've honestly never done it enough that. I've never done it enough that I really got good. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I could play, say, an 18-hole course, and I think I actually did one once and not lose a golf ball. So I consider that good, I guess, to not lose the golf ball. But I don't know. I just other than going to a driving range with my neighbor Mike, I have not been out in golfing in, I would say, probably 4 years. And I have an okay set of stuff. I have a Ping driver. I like my my TaylorMade driver better than the Ping, and I play it better probably because it has a bigger sweet spot to it. But yeah, I have an okay set of clubs. I mean, I've never purchased anything that I have in my golf collection brand new. So I mean, at least I was smart enough to not get so gun-ho in it that I had to have a new set. I mean, I bought a set of clubs from a friend, and then a few years later, the same friend upgraded a few things, and I bought his his tailor-made driver and a putter off of them, and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's still fun to get out. Jordan on the Marvel roast. Last comment from him on that. Lastly, if any team should change their name, it should be the Packers for packing the asses of their owner fans. Now, Jordan on flask number 78 in the Mirror Miracle IPA. I gotta say, I am a special education teacher in the Forest Lake School District, and I do my best to teach my students real life lessons with real life implications. Well, Jordan, let me say, just by the fact that you're over here interacting with me and leaving nice comments, you're obviously not a libtard. And what we need is more people like Jordan in our educational system, and instead of it being massively corrupted and revisionized history. So, Jordan, keep up the good work. Now, first on flask number 79 and Voodoo Ranger Experimental. Well, instead of just putting flask 79, I probably should have put the name of the Scotch on there. I guess I could change it, but what difference does it make? Gunwild says second, bitches. Frontline Steve says podium again. Crazy Scotsman says whiskey. Well, yeah, I didn't end up drinking as much of this as I planned during Locked and Loaded last night. And if you missed it, please go back and listen to it in podcast on Spotify or Spreaker. If you actually go to Spreaker, you can see the comments, and there ended up being over 1,000. A little bit of an artificialness took place at the end, Johnny. But yeah, it was a really good show. My guest was my own daughter. As I said yesterday, my technically biologically my oldest, but in theory my middle daughter. And it was a really great show. And she did discuss basically what we discussed is a little bit of everything. But her primary topic that she wanted to talk about is the differences between life in a big town and life in a small town. Actually, she would have had life in a big town, life in a medium town, life in a small town, and then life in a very small town, which is where she is now. Scotsman. Yeah, when you compare, say, the Port Charlotte 10 to, say, Octomore 9.3 or Octomore 10.3, there's definitely, I guess for me, the word would be refinement. This would be your low grade pump nozzle that you grab at the pump, and if you really wanna spend the bucks and get some horsepower into the motor there, you'll step it up into the other stuff. But I tell you, for what I like about it is the fact that it spends some time in those various casks, and that's where that sweetness is coming from. But still, very impressive for what Port Charlotte 10 costs. Oh, so I was saying in the event that this goes really wrong and I don't make it through the video, it was because I forgot to mention the day that it happened, but it must have been a week ago, maybe a week ago. I had a mystery package, and I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little concerned. One of you sent me some Limburger cheese. Well, it was sitting on an ice pack, and the note inside said that the cheese will still be good up to 8 days from the time that it was shipped. The problem is, I don't know what day that it was shipped. Oh my God. This one. See, what worries me is I'm not exactly sure how you can tell when Limburger has gone bad, but I've never had any cheese that was dripping. And I'm telling you right now, if Christine came down here, I mean, Limburger doesn't smell good to start with, but when my brain is filling in the blanks of what's the deal with the juice, so I have no idea. Oh my God, it really does not look good at all. And the person that could relate with this smell right now is someone that works for a like Brent's Biffy, driving the truck around, sucking the shit out of the porta potties. It's very waterlogged looking. Remember that time that you were watching a video and the guy that was reviewing some scotches decided to break into some Limburger cheese that was delivered to his house in the summertime, and the ice pack was hot in the bag? Yeah, and then he died? Yeah, that time. Okay, I'm gonna pull up my skirt a little bit here and lose the very outside edge. The outside edge looks like exactly what was happening, and that was it was floating in its own mystery juice. So, oh, still got a little crustation on this side. I mean, I don't know enough about this subject to actually, this is a screw it. It's almost soft enough to spread. It's kind of the consistency, like one step up from those little cracker and cheese trays. I mean, I'm sure they're probably still making them, but my kids used to love them. Have you ever had Limburger cheese? Again, this just brings me back to those days in my childhood. Kicked back on the height of bed in the family room with the like I said, my grandfather bought the stuff in a jar, spreadable. This you probably could do it, but do we ever ask her? Hey Google, what is Limburger cheese?
According to Wikipedia, Limburger is a cheese that originated in the Hervé area of the historical Duchy of Limburg, which had its capital in Limbourg-sur-Vestre, now in the French-speaking Belgian province of Liege. The cheese is especially known for its strong smell caused by the bacterium Brevibacterium linens.
That's all? That's all you got? Yeah, it smells like butt, really. Tastes a lot better. I can guarantee you one thing. There's nobody right now thinking, I wonder if I've ever had Limburger. You'd know. Scotsman Brew Babe Deliciousness. J-Dog here at work. DFC 7. Harmarsh present and accounted for. Nice to see girls back on the brew screen. Harmarsh, hello Ms. Bummy. Hope you had a great day. Hell yeah, Call Bell by Ms. B. I know that song. And I can say to Harmarsh, you too, yes it is, or so good. Closest match would be you two. Boca Local says, blow me. Well, I don't know. How much? Oh, and the other thing I found today, I do not believe this is the same as the, or is it? I don't know, the packaging looks different, but then again, some companies change their logo over time. I have never seen any Pocky chips anywhere but at Walmart. Personally, these are nice to use for making nachos and stuff, because you already have another layer of attitude. I could be wrong, but I don't think this is the same company. The chip is different. More of a corn. And the Pocky chips I've had from Walmart were, I guess they're both corn, but one had the consistency more of like a Dorito with the hot seasoning to them. These are more like a serious, like, it just seems like a dense corn chip. Not nearly as good. should start that. The Pocky Limburger Cheese Challenge. Ooh, can you imagine the farts they will leave? Sorry. McLean, anybody out there know what Pontiac stands for? First word, poor. Second word is old. Harmarsh. We're supposed to have our Fringe Festival, exhibition, and Folk Fest all have been canceled. I also believe our 3-day car show downtown has been canceled, all due to the effing COVID-19. Let's see. I really don't want to dilute the scotch, so maybe I'll have some water. Oh, that's the other thing. Didn't scourge. What can I use? I mean, it's just me. I guess there really doesn't make a difference if it's sterile or not. Try try a splash of water. Oh yeah, you really always notice that sweet initial thing that you get there. Chuck, there's more to life than views. Thanks, Chuck. Smile money, here before Joey. Joey, here before work. Wade, loving the beautiful brew babe thickness. Oh, hell yeah. As you well know, Wade. Wade, I'm about to be hit by a cock, he said, smiling. Douglas, no cowbell. Let's hear the smile money ass trumpet. See, yeah. What can we do?
Smile money ass trumpet.
I mean, this thing's loud. It was a good idea. It was a bad day. Wow, yeah. Wade, this is a happy place for most of us. You can't follow the YouTube rules because they've never told you all of them. Well, that's true. They do pretty much make up the shit as they go. Jay, from Elite Ammunition. Love the intro, babe. Yes. Yeah, I had to make sure to put the B&E bottle cap over her exposed nipili. These two, the Port Charlotte 10 and the Lafroig 10, kind of start off like you're behind the same wheel, but there is definitely more going on because of that level of smokiness. I mean, I don't know how to really, it's, one is like smoke, the Lafroig is, it's not as heavy of a hitter on the smoke as the normal 10, but it brings, I mean, if you are a big fan of that thick, smoky, like I said, it's I mean, there's nothing left to the imagination. It was like, I feel like I'm drinking some campfire water. And even though you get some smoke out of the Port Charlotte, you're getting a more subdued versus. Jay, this is not Obama's election. COVID shut down all. Not like Obama's election. COVID shut down all of the mills, so shops can't even get raw material. Steve, hops and lead. I've never had a gun out while drinking. Don't watch today's brew review. Too late. Mike, hello, Christine. Mike again. Fireball whiskey is great. Sharkey, the intro brew boobs, damn, beat yesterday's cop, no matter how hot the cop was. A box of T6Bs and 223 on the counter. Love those rounds. And I did put a link. There was a link. A special link that, was only supposed to be for you guys. Smart money. Imagine that you read the guidelines, follow the rules, and develop your channel and actually make some money. You can do it. Smart money. Damn, everyone wears a mask in Hong Kong and the virus is rising out of control. Yep, the virus is just fake. The numbers are just lies. Hong Kong is 8th most densely populated city in the world. They had a record number of new cases recently, just over 100. New York had a record number of deaths for one day, over 700. So, is it masks do not work, or the virus is just that bad? Well, let's see. One way I can shut you the fuck up is stop even bothering wasting my time talking about it. I believe the virus is real. I believe all viruses are real. I don't believe that this virus is necessarily it's great that we've destroyed our economy, and it's great that we've let people do what they can. Nancy Pelosi's walking around saying it's the Trump virus. Dr. Fauci is on record saying hydrochloroquine, whatever the fuck it is. He's on record saying that it's a very useful thing. And then, boom, we come around to this time around, and all of a sudden he's not. He's busy going on and on about how we need to make sure that we don't put groups together like political rallies and going to church, but the peaceful protesters aren't a victim to it at all. So I'll just stand back with what I've always said. I've never said that the COVID isn't a real thing. I'm simply stating it's not the fucking thing that they're making it out to be, to try to make Trump look bad and make sure that they win. And why is it that everybody says anything good about the hydrochloroquine? All of a sudden you get your fucking shit deleted. I mean, they removed the conservative twins for talking about it, and they're saying because it's poor information. Well, really, who the fuck are they to say what is good and what is bad information? I think there's lots of levels of bullshit, and Smile Money. I don't think no matter what that it's to the point where they're doing what they're doing. People die People fucking die every year from shit. If they gave a fucking minute-by-minute tally of every car accident, how long before we would be fucking getting rid of cars? VLA Adventure, nice sharing. He is a gentleman, and I don't know if he'll hear me say this or not, but he's not in the United States, and he was like, he was making fish soup, just like the person that John turned me on to, the Japanese girl that has like 200 zillion fucking subscribers, and the woman never even talks to the camera. She has someone follow her around on a day of making potato soup or something. And this guy has come up the same way, and he made catfish soup. And, you know, it all started by going to the market where there was like piles of fly-infected foods, and it's just like, I mean, I don't understand how more people don't get sick. Maybe what I've always said, maybe our body's just going, yeah, I've eaten so many flies, it isn't even funny, we're cool. But, yeah, the camera, the photography all looks good, and, I mean, it showed him going to the market and buying the catfish and coming home and cutting it all up, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the content, you know, I may like hamburgers, but I don't want to watch the cow being murdered or killed. I mean, I guess it could be murder. I mean, eventually, if the cow race becomes more powerful and intelligent than the human race, crimes against humanity. There's a picture of Eric with a quarter pounder. And I can say to VLA Adventure, thanks for visiting, thank you, cheers, thanks for liking. I'm just going to go with thank you, cheers. Smile Money and Miss Bomey came downstairs just after your gas explosion. She must have developed immunity to you. Yeah, well, she'd be no one to talk. Oh, my finger smells like butthole. I'm guessing anyway. Sharky, the review needs more knives and titties. Smile Money. I see your anger while debating mask issues with you. Must be the ginger coming out of you. Laugh out loud. I comment because I care. And I can say I have 3 choices to Smile Money. Fuck you, eat a dick, or shut the fuck up. Actually, my choices are I'm not, I was, I am. I guess I'm going with I'm not. None of these really apply. They're nothing funny and sarcastic. Ugh. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if the cheese was truly a good thing or not. Wow, that's badass. Lily just sent me a picture of a Kimber Special Edition. It has, I don't know, if I do this wrong, it's just going to rotate the screen. Yeah, see, fucker. Oh, and Stephen Bush again. German chocolate cake and a regular cake batter, 12%. Hey, David Brown, does the 629 make my ass look big? Christine's like, I know. I'm not exactly a person that preaches this. I have made the comment, but she's like, you're going to carry the cannon today? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, yeah, but you haven't even shot it. And I said, I'm not exactly sure what you're asking, if you or you're trying to comment on. I said, if your comment is in regards to how you should always go put, I don't know, 50 rounds through a gun before you decide to let it protect your life or not, I said, this is a Smith & Wesson revolver. How many of you would like to so boldly contradict the thought process of putting rounds through it before you carry it, that you would be willing to stand in front of it for the first 6 shots? I'm not really worried about a Smith & Wesson revolver, and beyond that, I've been carrying now for well, almost almost 20 years, and I haven't had to shoot anybody yet. We simply don't know, and we pray that day never comes. But I am very, very least in my concern that my Smith & Wesson, I'm kind of emphasizing Smith & Wesson revolver isn't going to go off. If it was to not go off, it is going to be ammo related, which could happen in any firearm that you have. You know, that one time that you have that one with the bad primer. I mean, shit. I've got things like my own Kimber 45 that has never left me with an issue. And when some of the springs are starting to get a little weak, and for some weird reason I was having a last round feed issue, and then since I redid everything with all the Wilson Combat springs, it hasn't been an issue. But I've still had primer issues in that. I mean, you look at the round and go, that is not a light primer strike. That has been fucking hit as hard as it would be on any gun right now, and yet it didn't ignite. And most of the time, it will ignite on the second round. So, yeah, surprisingly, I mean, obviously the 629 Deluxe is not a light gun, but this holster is actually holding it very nicely and tight against me. I mean, trying to even get it so that there, maybe a little bit there, some printing like that as I actually pull my shirt around on it, just the very top of the grip. Now, I will say there's a big difference when it comes to having someone hand make you, or you spending money on a high end holster. The one thing I noticed about this, and of course my recommendation is always to put your shit in the holster for a while. But you know, this thing came, I mean, I have holsters that brand new, they looked like, you know, they were molded for the gun. This has, you know, the detail of the style of the gun, but it doesn't have that I don't know where I even have one right now, you know, like something that has a real pronounced, I just didn't think it had a heavy pronounced, like you can look at that and go, yeah, that kind of looks like a Commander size 1911. And this one is a Don Humes. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a universal holster. It is a holster made for this particular handgun, and it did have some pattern to it, but it wasn't. Yeah, you know, that's the biggest problem. Is it just reholstering? Almost all holsters are okay for getting the firearm out, but the reholstering can be an issue. Sharky, those are some nice peppers. I'm happy the hard work making the garden stands and neutering the peppers is paying off. And I can say, yes they are, me too, it sure is. I guess I'll go with yes they are. Sharky, where are we? Almost. Once again, long-winded. Sharky, SH, hi Matt. Now that's an outro, babe. Yep, all caps, because I was screaming that out loud right there in the kitchen. Yeah, she was okay. Mr. 2732nd Brew Boober. Then Scourge. Yo E, you should try to mention the review before if gonna have a guest so that we can roast them while they are there instead of the review after. Well, yeah, no, that's not. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. In defense of that one with Sam, I had no idea. I mean, she had asked me in the morning if it was okay to come over and do laundry and spend the day trying to figure out what was wrong with the Jeep. And it wasn't until I was literally on my way up to the shower to get cleaned up, and I looked at her and said, "Hey, want to do a brew review?" And where she normally says no, she said no, and then she said, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" But yeah, a pre-roasting, you know, that's a tight idea. Crazy Scotsman. Just think how much money has been spent on masks. Let that sink in for a minute. Now tell me this about a virus and not political gain control and all those that gain, Fauci included, by all these companies selling mass vaccines when we have one that works already. Sick of this BS revolution. Yeah. Hydrochloroquine. There is all I see is people and doctors saying that they have used it for years with nothing but positive effects. Hell, I just saw a video. Was it Wade that you put up? I think it was Wade. A doctor down in Florida. She's like, if you can get here and come in, she's like, I will do everything I can to try to get people prescribed for hydrochloroquine, because I believe in it that much, versus some, mystery vaccination. Again, yeah, people are dying. People die every day. People die every day from the common flu, emphysema, heart attacks. People die every day from a lot more people die every day from a lot of things. I mean, smile money. Why, if it can be treated, then why isn't heart attacks an epidemic or cancer an epidemic? So why have we destroyed the economy of the United States and going out of our way to try to make Donald Trump look like the bad guy in this when he tried everything it doesn't fucking matter. There isn't a goddamn thing Trump doesn't do that someone doesn't fucking bitch about it. He could not blow a fucking gold bar out of his ass with somebody saying something fucking hateful. The Trump derangement syndrome is unbelievable. These idiots are spiting everything for their hatred. Oh, who cares that our economy was turning around? Who cares that Trump proved that Obama was bullshit and America's better days weren't behind her? That is his own words. Those days are over. That's just never going to happen again. You're all broke. You're fucked. I'm the biggest piece of shit that's ever been president. And I will help bring this country down. I will work behind the scenes to destroy this country. Why? I don't fucking know. You think everybody should have the mentality of Trump. We're all going to work together to make this the greatest country. The people, the healthiest, the wealthiest. Everything we can to be great. Oh, as long as it's not Trump doing it. People are fucking stupid. Gunwild. I would love to get some of Jay's ammo, but California. That's sad. Gunwild, you're not letting me down. What you do with the flashlight is up to you. Well, no, not entirely, Jeff, because it was because of you making comments that even made it all possible. So I did, on the other hand, record the review, and I should have that uploaded tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, and Jeff and I make this comment multiple times. This one is the Pro. I want to say that the setup that you have is better than this one. I have a single battery charger. You have a dual battery charger, and other than that, everything else is identical. Actually, the tail cap on yours has a chrome ring. This one has a black ring. So I'm not exactly sure what justifies the T20 Pro versus the T20. I do like the flashlight, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. The other one that I showed you, though, is some serious badassery. Like I said, this one, yeah, I just like this. This thing is just built awesome. I mean, moving on. Didn't scourge, Matt. The bigger the forehead, the easier it is not to get it in their hair. Three to go. Gunwild. That is the reason I never wanted to get married. The man always gets fucked in the end. Oh, seriously. Seriously. Just like I said, if all things being equal, then why do I lose almost all of my income, but when it's role reversal, it's just a sad thing. And I'm here to tell you, I've unfortunately known plenty of guys, should I say people, that have gone through divorces, and it's always the scenario where the court system is like, the woman naturally, because the baby flew out of her vagina, has to be the better parent. Hey, I'm here to fucking tell you. Just because the baby blew out of your vagina, it certainly doesn't automatically make them the more capable of the parents. Fuck. I am living proof of that. The horror stories that I could say, but I am not going to bother, because, it's always that, he's, went through a divorce, so you can't believe, it's only 50% of what he could possibly say. All I'm saying is the best day was the day that the last one moved in with me, and I no longer had to fear the fact that just because she had the vagina certainly didn't fucking give her any parenting skills. Ben N, 42nd. Oh, Ben. Feel for you. And EMT Rail Fan, I have hypercapnia if I wear a mask. it is real. It happens when you rebreathe your own CO2. I know, no, EMT Rail fan, you don't need to explain this shit to me. It's Christine, like I said, Christine had a talk with a doctor, and he's just like, come on, surgical masks, it's just a fucking, it's a joke. It's like, you know, we're in there, it's almost gotten to the point where it's a technicality. You know, you expect, because you saw it on TV, you expect the doctors and the nurses in the surgical theater to be wearing a mask, where in fact, it's, you know, now, a virus is a really, really tiny thing. So, when people work with things like Ebola and nerve gases and chemical toxins, are they in that room with those things wearing a fucking mask? Au contraire, they are wearing a one-piece sealed suit with oxygen being pumped into it. You gotta wear your mask. You know, everybody out there, please comply. Comply, comply, comply. Wear your mask. Do what you're... Be a good citizen. Be a good citizen. Wear your mask. Get in the train. And EMT Railfan has the last comment. As we go to the Two-Hearted Ed Club to the sunny slopes of long ago, and I want to thank whoever sent this, but I did exactly what they said. They said as soon as you get it, put it in your refrigerator, and then I noticed all the liquid forming, and see, now the one plus is, I don't even have a clue how you'd know if Limburger cheese went bad. I mean, changing its color or whatever, I mean, you can see from my my cut that there is a distinctive, like, outerness from the liquid that it was sitting in, but yeah, it was I want to say it was 82 degrees the day that that I got that, and I would feel much better knowing that there isn't at least a chance that something has gone wrong with that. And let me tell you right now, it smells like my toilet has backed up on burrito night. Oh my God. Okay. What's my conclusion? I'm getting the biggest kick, the alcohol, the flavors and the intensities from the Lafroig. Then I'm getting it from the Ardbeg, but it's a distinctive thing about the Ardbeg. And last is the Port Charlotte, but it is extremely smooth. Still has a very, very nice flavor. Definitely a sipping scotch. And it has that nice initial, and actually carries it all the way through from the sherry cask, the sweetness to it. It doesn't have the heavy burn, even though it's a 50%er. So that's still 100 proof. And the level of smoke, I would think maybe more desirable to more people. So without sounding like a cop-out, I would not want to have to give up any one of the three of these. And I can't really honestly say that I would want only the Laphroaig over the other two, because I have times where I've come down here and said, okay, I'm gonna go smoke a cigar and I'm gonna have a neat little glass of just one thing, and Monday it might be a little bit of the Laphroaig, a cask. Wednesday it might be some of the Paul John. And I have also come down here and poured myself some of the Old Cavalier. So now we're in bourbon. So it's kind of like, do you, even though as good as a filet mignon or lobster or shrimp or whatever the thing is that you treat yourself to, no matter how awesome it is, you still don't want to have it every single day. And for me, it's mainly because I don't want that thing that I so love about it to ever get old. So Port Charlotte 10, something, Steve, something that you're going to be happy to have in your collection. It distinctively different. All three of these are distinctively different in their own way, and it's kind of like your children. It's kind of like your children. You're never gonna want to make a choice. You're gonna want to love them all, but you're gonna love them all for a different reason. Okay, and I really gotta put that Limburger cheese away. You know what's happening right here? I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's still kind of warm and humid, and I have my fan over there, so it's not interrupting you, but it has a nice breeze coming through here, if you can see what I'm trying to say. God. Real Cobra Burn, I still think a 10mm high point would be a nice filler for Justin's Final Mission fundraiser. I agree with you. I mean, I know some people may want to pick it apart, but if I were to pick up a 10mm carbine, maybe I could. Does anybody know anybody at High Point? If we could get two of those, one that I could, test and review for the rest of my life, and then another one that we can throw in Justin's Final Mission. No, Cobra, I am not being facetious or sarcastic at all. I haven't heard anybody, and Big Jeff has now got a company that is making aftermarket parts for it. So that's cool as hell. I don't own a 10mm carbine, and that would be so frickin' cool. Improve the trigger on it a little. But let's just say we do one for a Justin's Final Mission. Maybe make it about just a mini package. You're gonna get the 10mm carbine, a soft case for it. Maybe someone will throw in some 10mm ammo. Maybe Jeff, we could talk to the company that you're getting the aftermarket stuff for it. Maybe mod it out. Do some videos showing those parts going on it, and then throw it in as a filler. Cobra, I don't have a frickin' problem with that at all. Again, people like to rip on the pistols, and everybody that I know that owns a carbine loves it. Obviously, the fundraiser goal would be lower, but say 200 chances at $5 a piece would raise some decent money for the cause. No. Amen. Amen, Cobra. Amen. Might even talk to you. Maybe somehow between me and you. And like I said, if anybody has a hookup with anything related to High Point, maybe getting a hold of a rifle or two, and then Big Jeff, some of the aftermarket stuff. Cobra, Rockford Files was a good show. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. What I like about it is obviously James Garner. It was You know, he had his issues, money, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. But it was a good show, and every show wasn't just like the last show. It was a well written show. Cobra, 39 minutes and 21 seconds equals $5. Cobra, 39 minutes and 23 seconds equals another $5. Oh, I just rubbed my finger with my thumb that I touched the cheese. It smells like butt. Gunwild, cheers, Two-Hearted Ed Club. Two-Hearted Ed, Sunny Slopers, and Final Missioners. Oh, and hi, Matt. Yeah, yeah. You know what? You're going to see the time, maybe, and think that he's here. No, I don't know. Christine thought he had some family shit going on. If he's available, hopefully tomorrow. Mike? Of course I will drink anything good or bad alcohol-wise. Cheers. Yeah, I know, Mike. A true trooper. Anybody out there with bad well, not bad as in, I mean, we don't, yeah, I'll package that up and send you some cheese. Anybody out there with some alcohol that they really, really, really want to get rid of, hook up with Mike. He'll make that happen for you. DFC, Two-Hearted Ed Club. And as of this moment in time, DFC has the last comment. Okay. Oof. Big difference between the two of those. All in that campfire smokiness. And I think I'm going to take that one with and enjoy it. And Din Scourge, when I added the water, did it pop some more flavors or not? I don't know. I don't know if I'm sensitive enough to even notice all that. So, okay, Stephen Bush, thank you for the suggestion. I will put the link if you're interested. Jay made up a batch of these and is offering it up for you guys. So T6Bs and 223s. That right there is for my magazine, for my AR pistol. And if I ever go out to the range and forget that mag is the one that's loaded, I will not be happy. But yeah, JR10 Desert Gold, my AR pistol is definitely my close quarters combat guy. If shit were to hit the fan, I don't have any other thing that I know that I can immediately have 60 rounds without having to do any kind of mag changes. And to load it up with some of those T6Bs, or at least always have that magazine close by. It would be a good companion for the old double mag thing, the original mag or the other one, so that if you look over and you've got people coming at you wearing bulletproof vests, and don't for a fucking second think that I am exclusively talking about any kind of an armed force. Bad guys have access to bulletproof stuff too, dumbasses. And I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about these people out there like, yeah, what's this bullshit? If I'm wearing a bulletproof vest and I have a concealed carry, I'm a felon because I'm wearing a bulletproof vest and I have a gun. So it's just automatically assumed that I could only possibly have bad intentions. That's like Joey with a fucking real doll and a glass of champagne. See you guys tomorrow.